Hi, my name is Beer, and let's start with System Shock. This is the full remake of the famous original System Shock from 1994, combining the old gameplay with all new HD visuals, updated controls, overhauled interface and all new sounds and music. It even has the original voice actor of Shodan, the psychotic AI who has taken control of the Citadel station and turned the crew into an army of cyborgs and mutants. She now plans to do the same to Earth, so you must explore and battle your way through the depths of a space station gone to hell, stop AI and avert humanity's destruction. The best thing for me, a man who never played the original System Shock of 1994, was a shocking experience, pun intended, when I realized that this is not a linear shooter. You can actually decide where to go first, what areas to explore, and you will also have to make a mental map of the space station in your head, because it is huge and it's easy to get lost. And now I want to present to you the sponsor of this video, an amazing AAA graphics MMORPG Moonlight Blade that you can play on Android, iOS and PC absolutely free. You can find the download link in the description and in the first pinned comment. Download it now and dive into a fantasy world filled with spectacular fights and intriguing story. You can select a magical hero from 6 classes and play as a man, woman or a girl and explore its vast beautiful world, learn its secrets and prevent evil from conquering the land. Customize your character's appearance to your liking, equip them with legendary weapons and armor, and choose from wide range of skills and abilities. You know, the swordsman class can cut evil in half, and the beggar class can, I guess, beg evil to death?
Please, Mr. Evil, I beg you to die.
I'm kidding, of course, beggar class is way more than that, and the gripping story will captivate you from the moment you step into the game. Unravel the mysteries of the world and uncover dark secrets as you progress through the original and immersive narrative. Also, PvP fans will find the game a real wonderland for competitive gameplay. You'll take part in exciting battles in the arena and prove your skills as the best warrior. And you are the best, never doubt that. The handcrafted world is filled with stunning landscapes, detailed character models and breathtaking special effects. It's hard to believe that all this beauty can fit into your palm on your mobile device. So don't hesitate, click the link now and download the open world MMORPG Moonlight Blade for iOS, Android or your PC, and I'll see you in the game. Outward Definitive Edition. This is an open-world survival game with Souls-like combat mechanics. In this edition you will find both DLCs, new weapons, dungeons and also several life quality improvements. The game has only a mostly positive review score on Steam, but it doesn't do the justice. Most people who are giving a dislike spend 40 to 60 hours in-game, and that honestly looks like some kind of masochism. If you don't like the game, just don't play it. Anyway, Outward is like Skyrim and Dark Souls had a weird hybrid baby, and instead of abortion, this time they decided to keep it. If you like both games, why not? Outward has some problems, but in general it is a nice game. Forgive me, Father. As the only one left with full senses, you embark on a journey in search of answers and relief through a distinctive retro horror comic book inspired game that feels as if it came straight out of Lovecraft's books. Well, honestly, if Mr. Lovecraft had the ability to make comics, they would probably be way darker and gloomier than this game. So here you will have to be aware of your madness level, which dynamically changes during gameplay and gives you additional power. You will choose your active skills depending on your playstyle and use them to fight against eternal evil. The arsenal of weapons in your custody is more than great. Various shotguns, cursed dolls, brooms and even filthy creatures of the nightmares. All these will make your journey fun and way less fun for your adversaries. You know, it is hard to be in a great mood when your body parts are attending a bloody dismantle party. The game is filled with hard to reach places and hidden areas, so it is really appealing for the old school Doom and Duke Nukem players. The game is strictly single player, made entirely for your own pleasure. Ghostrunner. This is a hardcore slasher packed with lightning-fast action set in a grim cyberpunk megastructure. Here you will climb Dharma Tower, humanity's last shelter after a world-ending cataclysm. You will have to make your way up from the very bottom to the very top to confront the tyrannical Keymaster. The streets of this tower city is full of violence. Evil Keymaster rules with an iron fist and little regard for human life. If you like Shadow Warrior and especially Doom Eternal, there is a juicy chance that you will enjoy Ghostrunner as well. Resident Evil 2. This is a complete remake of a classic game. Overwhelmingly positive review score softly hints that it was a complete success as well. Resident Evil 2 offers a fresh take on a classic survival horror saga with realistic visuals, immersive audio and a new over-the-shoulder camera. You will also get modernized controls on top of gameplay modes from the original game. I can still remember when I played the original game when I was 14 years old, and somehow I had my mental balls big enough to play it every evening after school. Well, on those rare occasions when I actually went to school. I'm a YouTuber not because I was very good at studying, you know, but I was good at games. That's why you should avoid me if you need your appendix surgically removed, but if you want your boredom removed, I'm your guy, that's for sure. Chorus. Here you'll unlock amazing weapons and mind-bending abilities. Along with your sentient starfighter, visit ancient temples, engage in exhilarating zero-G combat, and venture beyond our waking reality. Explore epic locations such as sprawling space stations and strange planes of existence beyond our own. Engage in dogfights from epic cosmic void to tight crystalline corridors. People on Steam are saying that Chorus is one of the best-looking space games to date, but will make you vomit on your keyboard if you are a victim of motion sickness. If you are in doubt, just download and play Chorus demo on Steam absolutely free. Cloudpunk. Here you will play as a person named Rania. This is your first night working for Cloudpunk, a semi-legal delivery company based in the sprawling city of Nivalis. You go everywhere, from the marrow below to the spires that pierce the grey clouds high above. No delivery job is too dangerous and no one is faster than a Cloudpunk driver. You never ask what's in the package you are delivering, but, you know, one day everything went south and suddenly you will have to unravel mysteries in a world of corporate conspiracy, hackers and rogue AI. Great original game. Iron Harvest. The game is set in an alternative timeline of the First World War. The main thing that distinguishes our world from Iron Harvest is the giant steam-powered robots, main weapons of the war. Here you'll find a huge variety of them, and I'll be honest, they look very detailed. All the design features are absolutely 10 cold beers out of 10, although the gameplay itself is... you know, well, it's a decent strategy game, but if you are a fan of StarCraft or Command & Conquer, Iron Harvest is not for you. Avoid at all cost. Like, literally, do not take it even if it's free, even if they pay you. But if you are just a casual player, then yeah, try it out. Keep in mind, your grandma as well could play this game, even if she's dead. Mine is dead and she plays this game all the time with my other dead grandma, and even they want a faster game. So Iron Harvest is that slow, I'm not kidding. Although that doesn't mean that Iron Harvest is easy. It's slow, but it's hard. It will challenge you and your grandma. You can play online in co-op mode together, by the way. The most annoying thing is that robots have reaction delays. You click on some spot and then you watch how your mech still goes to the previous direction for 1 second or so, then stops, then slowly starts turning and moving where you want it to go. Developers say that they did it because of physics and realism, but what it actually does, it infuriates you and you just want to quit the game. The Gunk. This is an action-adventure game in which you play as one of 2 gritty space holes. As you are struggling to bring in funds, you chance upon an untouched planet brimming with life. You came in search of valuable resources and it looks like you hit the jackpot. But as you uncover the dormant secrets of a shattered civilization, you must battle the curse of a toxic gunk parasite. You will use your trusty power glove to reverse the corruption, uncover secrets of old and heal the planet. Also experience the evolving relationship of the crew as you explore this unique world. The game has a very positive review score, so it may be a good choice for your evening. Eldest Souls. This is a Souls-like boss rushing game where you kill evil gods. Well, at least you think they are evil, but the backstory is that mankind imprisoned those gods a long time ago and now they are draining your world of life itself. To be fair, we brought this on ourselves, and now we have to repair the stuff our ancestors screwed up a long time ago and kill some gods. Or, more realistically, to die a lot. Game looks great, those graphics are true work of art, no doubt. The only thing I don't like is the name of a game. Eldest Souls are obviously named because of a genre, but I find it a bit annoying practice. It's like naming an action RPG game Diablo. Imagine Path of Diablo, Grim Diablo, Torch Diablo, Diablo Arc, Diablo Quest, Victor Diablo, and of course the incredible adventures of Van Diablo. That would be silly, right?
No, that would be actually cool.
Oh, shut up. This war of mine. Here you will take care of a group of civilians trying to survive in a besieged city, struggling with lack of food, medicine and constant danger from snipers and hostile scavengers. The game provides an experience of war seen from an entirely new angle. The pace of the game is imposed by the day and night cycle. During the day, snipers outside stop you from leaving your refuge, so you need to focus on maintaining your hideout, crafting, trading and taking care of your survivors. And at night, take one of your civilians on a mission to scavenge through a set of unique locations for items that will help you stay alive, you know, like medicine or a box of beer. Call of the Sea, a wonderful game for puzzle lovers when you unlock the secrets in the Hunt of Missing Expedition. It is the year 1934. In the far reaches of South Pacific, you play as Nora, who has crossed the ocean following the trail of her missing husband's expedition and finds herself in a lush island paradise, a nameless forgotten place dotted with the remnants of lost civilization. What strange mysteries does it hold, and what might Nora dig up in her quest for the truth? Maybe a better recipe for potato salad? Nah, I doubt it. People are talking that Call of the Sea has very interesting story and the visuals are stunning. On Steam it has about 90% of positive reviews, and that is definitely enough for you to dive in this first-person story-rich adventure. Find your husband, my hero, find him alive. Amnesia Rebirth. I admit that I am a pushy, and I have never played the game. I watched Markiplier playing it and it was quite a fun experience. It has all the creepy vibes previous Amnesia games had, but it is a bit less scary. I was expecting, you know, the level of horror we all felt in the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but Rebirth is only about 30% of that. The good thing is that if you are like me, you can probably play the game without having a heart attack. But the bad thing, at least for me, was that this time you are a pregnant woman. That sounds kinda sexistic, but let me explain, it's actually not. I just can't immerse myself in the role of a pregnant woman. I lack empathy, and if you are a man, there is a big chance that you can't do that as well. You know, I don't care about her baby, so that creepiness level is way lower for men who are playing the game and probably way higher for female players, especially pregnant ones, although I really doubt that they are the target audience though, as someone in the comments said that Rebirth is the true definition of
not great, not terrible.
Despite that, it is a really beautiful game with a great story, environments and some spooky stuff in general, and this price is just about right to get your filthy fingers on it. Close to the Sun. It's 1897, deep in international waters, the Helios Station stands still. Born out of Nikola Tesla's vision, the Helios Station serves as a haven for the greatest scientific minds, an unbound utopia for research, independent from the state and isolated from the gaze of society, free to push the boundaries of matter and time. So you will step aboard the Helios in search of your sister, and you will quickly discover that something went wrong. Grand halls stand empty and the stench of rotting flesh lingers in the air.
But why? Tell me why?
Well, because there are bodies on the ground, rotting. Yeah, when you see that, it can ring a bell in your mind that it might not be the usual state of this beautiful place. Or is it? That's what you have to find out. Valheim. Most of us can remember the hype it caused on release date, and the hype is well deserved. This game is really a masterpiece with a review score never, at least on Steam, never below 90%. It may scare you that the game is still in early access after all those years, but if you focus on the main objectives only, it will still provide you with more than 70 hours of gameplay. And keep in mind that on sale you can get it for about 12 euros or dollars, so it's a nice addition to your wishlist. And in general, Valheim is a brutal exploration and survival game for 1 to 10 players, set in a procedurally generated world inspired by Norse mythology. You will craft powerful weapons, construct longhouses, grow your balls and slay mighty foes to prove yourself to Odin. Jupiter Hell. Here time flows only when you act, just like in the famous Superhot, although Jupiter Hell is a turn-based roguelike game where you get to kick demon butt on a space station. The retro graphics and creepy audio design create an atmosphere that's scarier than your mother-in-law when she's missing her favorite spoon for potato salad. And the gameplay is as tough as the steak you make. Yeah, the roguelike genre is here for a reason. You will die and die again until you do not die, and then repeat. But keep in mind that with a ton of weapons and abilities to choose from, you can mix and match until you find the perfect combo for yourself. And sure, the game can be unforgiving, but that's what makes it fun. Who needs a therapist when you can scream at your monitor and blame the game for all the mistakes you made in your life that literally lead you to playing this game? Although the game itself is very nice, more than 90% of reviews on Steam are positive. Vaporum. This is a grid-based single-player and single-character dungeon crawler RPG set in an original steampunk setting. The game is obviously inspired by old-school games like Dungeon Master, the Eye of the Beholder series, and the most recent Legend of Grimrock. So here, stranded in the middle of an ocean in front of a gigantic tower, you have to find out what the place is, what happened here, and most importantly, who are you and where the secret beer stash is. The game looks beautiful, so if you like dungeon crawlers, keep in mind that this one has very positive reviews on Steam and is a true gem for your collection. Northgard. This is an RTS game based on Norse mythology in which you play as a clan of Vikings vying for the control of Mysterio's newfound continent. In this simple strategy game you will find lots of victory conditions, atmospheric music, changing seasons, and, as you can see, pretty nice art design. Also, the game has a decent campaign with a pretty good story. Sadly, as I've mentioned many times before, Northgard's AI is cheating with infinite resources and manpower, meaning that developers couldn't create really good intelligence that could win against humans on its own. Well, I know that many strategy games do not have strong AIs, but they at least try. But you never know, maybe developers were AI geniuses, but they were afraid of accidentally making Skynet. You know, being accused of making a bad AI is one thing, but being responsible for a robot uprising that destroyed human civilization? Yeah, you know, better safe than sorry. Nevertheless, Northgard is a good RTS game for a few days, or maybe more. Maybe you will fall in love with it, you know, like Vaporum falls in love with your guts. Deliver Us the Moon. This is a single-player adventure sci-fi thriller set in an apocalyptic near future, where Earth's natural resources are depleted. A lone astronaut is sent to the moon on a critical mission to save humanity from extinction. And you know, that astronaut is you, so we are all doomed. The story starts when one fateful night all communications with Earth ceased to exist, and the energy source was lost. Now, years later, you assume the role of world's last hope on a do-or-die mission to investigate what actually happened. You will embark on this adventure with a small robot companion. Together you will traverse the moon, explore abandoned facilities, gather clues, and ultimately uncover the secrets and hidden agendas of those long gone. The game is quite short, it will take about 10 hours away from your boring life. It has a very positive review score, and if you like space adventures, it may be your spoon of potato salad. Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you take Skyrim and strip it of dragons, trolls, elves and magic, you might get a very boring game. Not as boring as your sister, but really, you may think that it would probably suck. But these Czech developers who created Kingdom Come Deliverance managed to make a realistic medieval Skyrim-like game that is not only not boring, but is one of the most famous open-world games nowadays. It has a great story, interesting missions, and a really beautiful world set in an ancient part of nowadays Czech Republic. So grab your wooden sword and show everyone how to fight. Well, I'll be honest, this game is terribly hard at the beginning. A simple drunken peasant will destroy your dignity at ease. The learning curve is not friendly at all, but you will learn, everyone learns. You are not worse than everyone, right? Although in general, the harsh reality of a level 1 villager that decided to become a warrior is not very pleasant, like in any game. And combat here is very realistic. I'm not kidding, some duels against stronger foes can span 15 minutes or even more. Here you will really feel like a lone warrior fighting for your life. Immersion definitely over 9000. Conan Exiles. This is an online multiplayer survival game with mounts and mounted combat set on the lands of Conan the Barbarian. You'll journey through a massive and seamless open world, from the rolling sand dunes of the southern desert to the mysterious eastern swamp and the snow-capped mountains of the frozen north. Climb anywhere and experience full freedom of exploration. In other words, it is an open world sandbox and you can play together with friends or, you know, with creepy strangers as you build your own home or even a shared city. You will have to survive freezing cold, explore loot-filled dungeons, and develop your character from lowly peasant to a mighty barbarian. Also fight to dominate your enemies in epic siege wars. People on Steam are talking that the game is a bit buggy and that can be annoying, but it also has boobs in it, so for that you can forgive almost anything. Grime. This is a fast and unforgiving Metroidvania action-adventure RPG. In this world of anatomical horror and intrigue, you will crush your foes with living weapons that mutate their form and function. Then consume dead adversaries with your black hole to strengthen your vessel. The game lets you play to your preference and upgrade only those traits you feel most suited to your unique style. You'll find there is more than one way to break open an enemy, as you move through a variety of environments, meet their inhabitants, and discover the source of their madness. People are saying saying that the gameplay is quite hard until you get a grip of the mechanics, although boss battles will still show you your place, so don't get cocky and don't give up either. This is a beautiful and atmospheric game worthy of all your attention. Resident Evil 4. 6 years have passed since the biological disaster in Raccoon City. You are one of the survivors of the incident, and you have been sent to rescue the president's kidnapped daughter. You track her to a secluded European village where there is something terribly wrong with the locals. They all put pineapple into potato salad. I'm kidding, of course, nothing that horrifying. Those people are just crazy. You know, they want to kill you, mutilate your body, and then do something else with it. What a nice place to be, you know? So you will be living this nightmare and you will do your best trying to survive. People are saying that after playing Resident Evil 2 Remake, it was hard to hope that anything can be that level of awesomeness, but Resident Evil 4 does miracles. It is worth your money on sale, off sale, in between sales, in between boobies.
Wait, what?
Shut up. Players are saying that this remake is just excellent, and you know, I can only agree, this game is awesome. Monster Hunter World. You'll take on the role of a hunter and slay ferocious monsters in a living ecosystem, where you can use the landscape and its diverse inhabitants to get the upper hand. You can hunt alone or in co-op with up to 3 other players, and use materials collected from fallen foes to craft new gear. There are 14 different weapons at your disposal, each with its own unique characteristics and styles of attack. Many hunters acquire proficiency in multiple types, while others prefer to attain mastery of one. Monster Hunter World has 87% of positive reviews on Steam, left by more than 200,000 players. Incredible achievement. Deep Sky Derelicts. It is an original combination of turn-based strategy and RPG enriched with tactical card combat and roguelike elements. You'll explore derelict alien ships, fight, loot and upgrade your gear, and all that is presented in a distinctive retro-futuristic comic book aesthetic style. I think that the comic style of the game is absolutely awesome, and as a fan of horror sci-fi comics, I melted in my place like a snowman in between hot boobies. People on Steam are saying that this is a really decent dungeon crawler with incredibly cool combat style. The game will take about 20 hours to beat, so it can be a nice investment into your upcoming leisure time. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out Moonlight Blade for iOS, Android and PC, and download it for free via my link in the description and pinned comment below. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.